Welcome to our exploration of how climate-driven migration is reshaping rural America. As extreme weather events and changing climates force people to leave their homes, an unexpected migration pattern is emerging, with rural areas becoming vital destinations for many. In this video, we'll dive into the reality of this migration, examining its economic impacts, the strain on resources, and the cultural transformations taking place. Join us as we uncover how communities are adapting and planning for a future that is increasingly defined by climate change. 1. The reality of climate-driven migration. Climate-driven migration is no longer a distant threat, it's happening right now. As the planet warms, droughts, floods, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense. These events don't just damage property, they uproot lives. People are forced to leave their homes in search of safer, more stable environments. In many cases, they're heading to rural areas of America, places that have historically seen little population growth. This movement is reshaping the demographics, economies, and landscapes of these regions in profound ways. 2. Rural America. The unexpected destination. When people think about migration, cities like New York or Los Angeles often come to mind. However, rural America is becoming an unexpected destination for climate migrants. These areas offer a quieter lifestyle, more affordable housing, and often more space to rebuild and start anew. Rural communities are seeing an influx of new residents, which is a double-edged sword. On one hand, this can revitalize economies that have been struggling. On the other hand, it can put a strain on resources and infrastructure that weren't designed for such rapid growth. 3. Economic impacts and opportunities. The economic implications of climate migration are significant. Rural areas experiencing an influx of new residents may see a boost in local economies. New businesses can open, and schools may see increased enrollment, which can lead to more funding and better services. However, there are challenges too. Jobs may not be readily available for newcomers, and housing markets can become competitive, driving up prices. For many rural towns, the key will be balancing growth with sustainability, ensuring that the benefits of new residents are not outweighed by the costs. 4. Strain on infrastructure and resources. Rural areas often have limited infrastructure and resources. The sudden increase in population can lead to challenges such as overcrowded schools, increased traffic, and a greater demand for public services. Water and energy resources may also be put under strain as more people draw from them. Local governments need to be proactive in addressing these issues, planning for growth and ensuring that infrastructure can support the new demands. This may include investing in renewable energy sources, expanding public transportation options, and upgrading water and sewage systems. 5. Environmental challenges and adaptation. Climate migration doesn't just bring new people to rural areas, it brings new environmental challenges. As populations grow, so does the impact on the local environment. Increased development can lead to habitat destruction and pollution. However, it also presents an opportunity for rural areas to lead in sustainable development. By adopting green building practices and promoting conservation, these communities can grow in ways that protect the environment. This could include initiatives like community gardens, renewable energy projects, and wildlife preservation efforts. 6. Cultural shifts and integration. With new residents come new cultures and perspectives. Rural America is often seen as homogeneous, but climate-driven migration is changing that. Newcomers bring diverse backgrounds and ideas, which can enrich the cultural tapestry of these areas. However, integration isn't always smooth. There can be tension between long-time residents and newcomers, particularly if there are significant cultural differences. Efforts to foster understanding and collaboration are essential. Community events, cultural exchanges, and open dialogue can help bridge divides and create a sense of unity. 7. Policy and planning for the future. Addressing the challenges and opportunities of climate-driven migration requires thoughtful policy and planning. Local governments need to work with state and federal agencies to develop strategies that support sustainable growth. This includes zoning laws that encourage responsible development, investment in infrastructure, and programs that support economic opportunities for both newcomers and long-term residents. Policymakers must also consider the long-term impacts of climate change and migration, planning not just for today, but for the future. 8. Community resilience and adaptation. And ultimately, the success of rural areas in adapting to climate-driven migration will depend on their resilience and ability to adapt. Communities that are able to embrace change and turn challenges into opportunities will thrive. This means being proactive, innovative, and inclusive. By working together, rural areas can create vibrant, sustainable communities that are prepared for the future. This is not just a necessity, but an opportunity to build a better, more resilient America for all.